You're listening to the Served Up Show, a podcast that features inspiring beverage professionals and topic experts that share their passions through meaningful content. Your hostesses, Bridget Albert, is best known as the Market Fresh Mixologist, an industry mentor with over 25 years of experience. And I'm Julie Milroy, best known for my passion for leading change and helping others grow in their careers. Grab a cocktail and sit back. Let's learn how we can make a positive impact in our industry.
Hey y'all, it's Bridget here. I had the pleasure of chatting with Sam Toia. Since July 2012, Sam has served as a president and CEO of the Illinois Restaurant Association, the IRA, a non-for-profit trade association representing the state's largest private sector employer with projected employment of 537,000 people and over $24.5 billion in annual sales. The IRA also owns and produces Chicago Gourmet, an annual food and wine festival held in Chicago's very own Millennium Park that unites hundreds of restaurants, chefs, and beverage experts, and well over 14,000 attendees for a weekend filled with food and drink tastings, entertainment, cooking demonstrations, book signings, seminars, and so much more. Join Sam and me for a really fun-filled conversation all about the Chicago food scene and the upcoming Chicago Gourmet. Grab yourself your favorite cocktail, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Sam, welcome to Served Up. I am really excited to have you on today's show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, Sam, and what really inspired you to join the beverage industry?
Let me start from the beginning. I always say I'm still the fastest pizza maker in Chicago, but there's a reason I'm telling you that. So obviously my family business, obviously we're out of it now. We've been out of it for over 10 years, but it was Leona's Restaurants. And, I was in the family business and we had restaurants throughout the city of Chicago, from the north side to the south side to the west side. And my job was to interact. I was kind of basically in operations. So I was in operations, but I also worked because we had neighborhood restaurants, because Chicago is a city of neighborhoods, 77 neighborhoods. So my job was to always be involved with the local business associations, interact with the local aldermen, interact with the local community groups, because that's just what we felt that we had to do, was give back to the community, because we were a restaurant in those communities. Like I say, restaurants are always the soul of every neighborhood throughout our 77 neighborhoods here in the city of Chicago. So I was involved in that and, running, in operations in our restaurants throughout the city of Chicago. I was at times president of the Central Lakeview Merchants Association. I was president of the Beverly Morgan Park Business Association. I was also, I was president of the SSA, that's Special Service Areas that work with the local business associations. So I was always involved at local business associations where our restaurants were. Then in 2003, I was appointed to the board of McPier, which oversees McCormick Place and Navy Pier. I was there from 2003 to 10, and I was chair of the committee of Navy Pier at one time, and then also chair of the government relations. So obviously we know, what does any big city mayor, he or she, wants to do? Put guests in beds, diners in seats, right? It's all about conventions, which is McPier, tourism and culinary tourism. So I was involved with that. That was great. And then in 2010, Mayor Daley said he was going to, leave office. And Rahm Emanuel came in and he and I met, and he asked me to be an outreach advisor for him, which I agreed to. And at this whole time, I've always been involved at the Illinois Restaurant Association, either as a board member. Then I became the vice chair and then the chairman of the Restaurant Association during like the early 2000, around 2010. I became the chairman. And then, I worked on Rahm's campaign. He became mayor. then Sheila O'Grady, who was the president and CEO of the Illinois Restaurant Association at the time, said, I think I'm going to, leave and I'm going to move. I think you should apply for this. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, I think you would do fine. So I did apply for the president and CEO job here at the Illinois Restaurant Association. I did get it. And, since then, I've been here since 2012. So I've been here 10 years now.
That is an amazing story. I mean, you are truly part of the fabric of what makes Chicago Chicago. Thank you.
Like I say, we're a city of neighborhoods, and you're only as good as your neighborhoods are. So, I work very closely with the Mayor Lightfoot now, as you all see her South by West program. She's always reaching out. How can we get more restaurants in the neighborhoods? So I'm all about, trying to get hospitality throughout our 77 neighborhoods here in the city of Chicago.
That's so amazing. Really, really great. I want to bring it back just a little bit, because something really awesome that the Illinois Restaurant Association does is the educational foundation. And they really do this wonderful partnership with Chicago Gourmet. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So obviously, the main idea is what we want to do at the Ed Foundation. It's a 501c3, and we're dedicated to building the Illinois hospitality workforce. We want to make sure that the future leaders of the hospitality industry, be it chefs, be it mixologists, are being developed. We're developing their skills. We're developing programs. We do scholarships through our Illinois Restaurant Ed Foundation as well. And we've given over $3.2 million to date in scholarships. We work with high schools throughout the city of Chicago, basically throughout the state of Illinois. We got over 62 schools that are involved. We have quite a few schools in the city of Chicago, like Simeon, Juarez, Roberto Clemente, Roosevelt, to name a few. And what we do is we have a Pro Start in Illinois. It's administrated by us, the Illinois Restaurant Association Foundation. And Pro Start is a national school to career program that prepares high school students for career, as I said, in the food service and hospitality managements. So, that's a little bit about the Ed Foundation. And we get, and students can also earn industry recognized credentials so they can apply it towards college when they go to college. And like I said, what we do at the foundation and provide work readiness, training, and connect students with industry professionals through job shadowing, internships to help hone their skills in the food service industry.
That is so much to unpack, Sam. So good. $3.2 million to the future stars of hospitality.
Yep.
Are you
That's
kidding
how much
me?
we give it out
I
in
mean,
scholarships.
it's so exciting.
Yep.
How does Chicago Gourmet tie into all of this?
Well, I mean, obviously, we work with Chicago Gourmet along with Southern Glazers, Wines and Spirits. That's our charity arm, right? So we raise money through Chicago Gourmet, Southern Glazer Wines and Spirits, ourselves, to get money into our scholarship funds so we can give, out, six figures every year out in scholarships to future leaders in the hospitality industry.
That is so wonderful. And what a great event Chicago Gourmet is. And for the listeners that don't know, tell us about it, Sam. Tell me about it.
It's the nation's premier culinary festival. Obviously, we highlight Chicago's world-class dining community. I say we are the culinary capital of the United States. I don't care what they say in San Francisco or New York. Right here, city of Chicago, and we highlight it the fourth weekend of September every year in Millennium Park. As you well know, Southern Glazer Wines and Spirits is our presenting sponsor, and we've been doing this since 2008, and we're looking forward to a big year here in 2022. One of our founders, Mary Kay Bonoma, who is our chief operating officer here at the Illinois Restaurant Association. She was the founder of this, and every year she's coming up with a new theme. Like this year's theme is a very, very interesting theme, as you well know. It's all about the industry. It's creating a stir.
I love that, creating a stir.
Yep, that's our theme for 2022.
That is so cool. Can you share some of the events that Chicago Gourmet puts on? Because I know that it's a lot. I know that there's like the daytime things, but then there's also things happening in the evening. So would love for our listeners to learn more about that.
Yeah. So it takes place top of the Harris Rooftop Theater at the Millennium Park, September 22nd through the 25th, 2022. This year, we have a lot of different events. We have Tacos and Tequila, which will be on Thursday night. We have Hamburger Hop that will be on Friday night, followed by our late night gourmet. We have our Sam sessions. We have Grand Cru. And new in 2022 is Prost in the Park. That's Gourmet's take on Oktoberfest. And we have some great international chefs that will be here too, like Daniel Blue, Kwame Anawachi, Michelle Bernstein, to name a few exciting blockbuster chefs that will be joining us this year at Creating a Stir. So we are looking very, very, very forward to Chicago Gourmet as we highlight our world-class destination here of the culinary industry.
What are some of your highlights? Like,
okay, so let's go. Let's
you
talk.
Personally look forward to, Sam, as you know, somebody who is a Chicagoan through and through. You know, what's kind of going through your mind in anticipation of this huge culinary event for our city of Chicago?
Absolutely. Like I say, it's one of the best food and wine events throughout the country, right here, Chicago. But let's go a little deeper on some of the events we're doing. So Taco and Tequila, we'll have mariachi players, obviously tacos, obviously tequila, and it will be presented by some of the city's most authentic Mexican cuisines, right? So guests can enjoy tacos and explore a range of premium tequilas, mezcals. We'll have DJs, mariachi. So it's going to be really, really fun. And, and that is hosted by Chef Rick Bayless. He will be our host for that night. And he has, like I said, he has a lot of different chefs joining him, like Chef Michelle Bernstein and Jamie and Alfonso Sotelo, to name a few. So we're looking forward to a great event. That's, again, on top of the Harris Theater at Millennium Park, and that's September 22nd from 7 to 10. And you can get all this information at chicagogourmet.org. Then we have the Sam session, which is really, really great. This is 3 master sommeliers will go head-to-head with wine and song pairing to complement the featured chef dishes. And this is a big event. Obviously, this is presented by Southern Glazers Wines and Spirits. And guests will have a fabulous menu of delicious food, wine, and music all under one roof. That takes place Friday, September 23rd from 12 to 2 at Lara, 905 West Fulton Market. And this event benefits the Illinois Restaurant Association Ed Foundation. Right there, we're raising money for our future leaders of the hospitality industry.
Wow. So you're really going to have like the who's who from every walk of like every taste buds can be satisfied for Chicago Mayor's wine, tequila, folks. Mezcal, are you kidding me? I love it. Tacos. Yes. Keep it going, Sam. What else?
Okay. So then on Friday, we have, the Hamburger Hop, which is flipping great, right? The Hamburger Hop will feature top chefs battling for bragging rights, who has the best burger here in the city of Chicago. We'll have the top burger, which will be judged by the people judging the burger, and then we'll have the People's Choice as well. So we will have we have 2 awards, one by the judges and one by the People's Choice, and it's really great. So you'll be tasting burgers, cold beer, wine and spirits. Obviously, a beautiful skyline of Chicago as we're there on a Friday night, overlooking our great our great city. And the great architectural, you'll see the background. It's just beautiful. And the host for that night is Stephanie Iser. She will be, everyone loves Stephanie, and she will be there presenting. And that is presented by Buckhead Meat and Blue Moon. And we'll have some great chefs included in there as well. So we're looking forward to that as well. And that takes place Friday, September 23rd from 6 to 9 on the Harris Rooftop. And if that's not enough on Friday night, we have Late Night Gourmet. Late Night Gourmet is the perfect way to keep the party going, right? The official Hamburger Hop after party, Late Night Gourmet. And that will be at Tao. And we'll have like Chef Gernard Wills there, an award-winning TV host, and Tao chef Laura Sendek will be there as well. And that goes from 9 o'clock to midnight on September 23rd at Tao, as all know, Tao, Chicago. And that's in downtown Chicago on Dearborn. So that's Friday night. Now get ready for Saturday.
I'm ready, Sam. I'm ready. What have you got for us?
Right. Saturday is Grand Cru and is bigger than ever. We'll have the premier wines there and Spirits Fire by Southern Glazer Wines and Spirits. And that's presented by United Healthcare and Lexus. And the Grand Cru will showcase exclusive, like I said, exclusive wine, extraordinary craft spirits, and unforgettable cuisine. We're going to have almost 20 chefs there. That event takes place 2 different times on Saturday, September 24th, 2 to 5 o'clock, and then to 7 to 10 o'clock, again on top of the Harris Theater at Millennium Park. And during these 2 sessions, guests at Grand Cru will have great, gourmet offerings from world-class chefs. And also they'll be able to taste the finest spirit and wines. And that is Master Sommelier Serafin Alvarado is putting all that together along with mixologist Daniel Dale Oliveira, both of Southern Glazer Wines and Spirits. Yep.
That sounds really,
and we got
really
some great,
amazing.
Chefs there as well. Daniel Blue, Chef Joe Flom, you know what I mean? Obviously, Stephanie Iser will be there as well. So you can taste great wines and spirits and get some great gourmet food.
Oh my gosh.
Man, on Sunday.
You still have more. We're still not done.
On Sunday, we have Toast in the Park. This is like I said, Gourmet's take on an Oktoberfest. And this is new this year. And we're really excited about this. So it'll be an Oktoberfest style beer and spirits festival. We'll have featured brews, bites, boozy bevs from popular and soon to be discovered producers. And that will be hosted by Sarah Grutenberg. She will be our host for that night. And we got some great chefs, some great restaurants like Luella's and Pacifico. And we just got some great people participating in this. So we're looking forward to a great Sunday afternoon at Prost in the Park. And we still have tickets for that. So please go to chicagogourmet.org. That will be September 25th on the top of the Harris rooftop. So in a nutshell, that's what we're doing this year at the premier Chicago Gourmet, the #1 food and wine show in the country.
Oh my gosh. And every one of those events is just as exciting as the next. You truly have something for everyone. And I just love that, it benefits really the future of hospitality here in our city. It's such a wonderful thing to give the city a platform that is all about hospitality, from wine to spirits to food, all of it.
Yeah.
And then what a 360 experience to know that you're giving back to the future of our city.
That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? You got to think of you always want to, be a good mentor and, mentor the future leaders of the hospitality industry. And that's what we do at the Illinois Restaurant Association and through our Ed Foundation is to help and promote and educate the next leaders of the hospitality industry here in the culinary capital of the United States.
Absolutely. Sam, can I ask you something? You've been in the industry for such a long time. Can you even believe the growth that our city has had within this space, within the hospitality space? I mean, it has really boomed.
Oh, yeah. Just look over the last 10 years from the West Loop to the Gold Coast to River North to Pilsen to Logan Square to Avondale to Little Village to Hyde Park. To Lakeview, to Lincoln Park. We have some great, now we're getting on the South Side in Chatham. We're getting some great restaurants. We got Chef Eric Williams in Hyde Park. We got some great talent throughout our city here. And the culinary industry is just booming. Like I said a little bit earlier, restaurants are the soul of every neighborhood throughout our 77 neighborhoods here in Chicago.
Yeah, they sure are. And, can you maybe talk to some of our listeners that have never visited Chicago and are maybe keen on attending Chicago Gourmet and visiting some of these places that you mentioned, really what to expect when they visit our city for the first time?
Sure. So when you visit our city, the one thing about our city that's so great is that we have everything. We will always be the second city. We have sports teams. We have museums. We have, the greatest architect throughout the country. And what we have that like New York does not have is we have our waterfront. You know what I mean? In New York, they built their manufacturing on their waterfront. Here, we have it opened, right? It's all the way open throughout the whole, from the South Shore all the way down to Rogers Park. You see the beautiful lakefront. So when you come to Chicago, you want to obviously visit our parks, see a sports team, see our museums, but it's our culinary scene that sets us apart because we have something for everyone. You want Asian food? We have Asian food. You want steak? We have steak. You want Italian? We have Italian. You want Mexican? We have Mexican. You name it. You want Southern cooking? We have that. You name it, we have it here. We're not a one-trick pony like Austin, Texas, or Nashville, Tennessee. We have anything you want to taste. We have it here in Chicago.
You bet. We sure do. And we still have the best pizza.
Oh, yeah.
In the world.
Pizzas and hot dogs out. Absolutely. We got thin crust or pan. We're known as, having the thick pizza, but we have very good tavern-style pizza as well, too.
Yes, we do. Well, listen, Sam, I want to thank you so much for being on Served Up today. And I think that you have generated some true excitement with our listeners around all the good work that the Illinois Restaurant Association is doing through their educational fund, but also, through this amazing platform that's happening very soon here in Chicago, Chicago Gourmet. So I want to congratulate you on just all of the great work that you and your team are doing and have done in the past for our city, for the future of hospitality. As a fellow hospitality member, it's just really fun to see. And I know that the importance is great to our city and to those who are really, truly the future, that next generation. So thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Bridget. Like I said, it's all about teamwork. And the Illinois Restaurant Association is so glad to work so closely with Southern Glazer Wines and Spirits because it's all about teamwork and promoting the next generation of hospitality leaders here in the city of Chicago. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, cheers to you. And Sam, I want to wish you just a lot of great health and a whole lot of peace. So cheers, and I'll see you at Chicago Gourmet.
Back at you, Bridget. Cheers and peace to you as well.
Hey, Served Up friends, Julie here. I am thrilled to tell you about the 15th annual Food Network New York City Wine and Food Festival taking place soon, October 13th through the 16th. For its 15th year, Food Network personalities and more than 400 chefs, mixologists, and wine and spirit producers will come together to create an unforgettable Epicurean experience comprised of tastings, dinners, parties, brunches, lunches, master classes, and more. 100% of the net proceeds from New York City Wine and Food Festival go to God's Love, We Deliver. God's Love, We Deliver is New York City's leading provider of medically tailored meals and nutrition counseling for individuals living with severe illnesses. To date, New York City Wine and Food Festival has raised more than $14 million for its charitable causes. The festival provides a platform for the charity, which has a presence at events through activations and speaking opportunities that help strengthen existing relationships in the food, beverage, and hospitality industry, and also create new ones from on-site interactions. We are so excited to share that the Served Up crew will also be on the ground, bringing you the behind-the-scenes action at the festival. We hope you join us to eat, drink, and feed New York City by purchasing tickets on sale now at www.nycwff.org. And don't forget to follow @Served Up Podcast on all your favorite platforms. And if you're a long-term listener, please leave a review. Cheers. Thanks for listening. Served Up is brought to you by Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits. Produced by Zunu.online. Music by We Killed the Lion can be found on Spotify. Make sure to subscribe to be notified of future Served Up episodes. Cheers.